have to come to a McDonald's in every country I go to, so I came to McDonald's here. It's still kind of early, so all they have is the breakfast menu. So I just ended up getting a matcha McFlurry. So this is it. It is the paper cup, but still a plastic spoon. But we're making progress. Cups made of paper. So this was the outside of the McDonald's. And in front of me is a little shopping street. So it's nice and shaded, so I'm gonna wander down it a little. It's like a book street, so tons of book vendors all the way down this alley. Along the other side of the alley, there's like book cafes, so you can get a drink of coffee or tea and sit down with a book. I love that concept. I'm actually very happy because it turns out that the location that I am staying in, because I literally just walked like 7 minutes down the road and I stumbled upon all this. So I was thinking about changing, let me get out the sun. I was thinking about changing my accommodations to just try something different, but this one's like really, really nicely located, so I might stay another night. And if I'm going to, I need to go back soon to tell them because checkout is at noon. Sir, this is a sidewalk. So, I'm so curious about like if it's a chicken or egg kind of situation, but there are so many Korean brands here. At least I thought they were Korean brands, and maybe they're more international brands, but tons of Korean brands. Like behind me, that's GS25. GS25, that's a Korean convenience store. I've seen Worry Bank, I've seen KB Bank, so many Shinhan Bank is everywhere. That's a Korean bank. I saw Coffee Bean, that's a Korean establishment, or so I thought. So yeah, it's interesting to just see like a ton of Korean businesses here. I'm wondering like, so like when I said the chicken or the egg kind of thing, I'm wondering like, is it because Korea gets a lot of Vietnamese tourists that there are lots of Korean businesses here? Or the other way around, because there are lots of Korean businesses here that spurred an increase in Vietnamese tourists going to Korea. Very interesting, not something I was expecting. So I am in a Circle K in Ho Chi Minh City, and I'm looking at these varieties, nacho cheesier, smoky barbecue. That actually sounds good. And lots of different varieties of Lay's too. See, nori seaweed flavor, Brazil barbecue pork, lots of different things. So I went to the War Remnants Museum, which I think everyone should have to go to that. Kind of just like has a lot of the remainders of what was of the Vietnam War, a lot of posters, just everything detailing the atrocities that happened during that war. And I think everyone should have to go to it. So I just came back from that, and I'm so happy because I picked this up. This is tea. Now, when I was in Hong Kong, okay, backstory, growing up, I never was a tea person. we just, like, my parents drank tea in the morning, but it was never like a we have to have our tea kind of situation. And I was never crazy about it, so like I've just never have been that crazy about tea. But when I was in Hong Kong, I drank a lot of tea because they had a lot of really good different varieties of tea. And this is the one that I had the most. Like, if you came into my room while I was in Vietnam, I was bound to have at least a case of this sitting around. So I haven't had this in like 2 years, so I was stoked to see it in Circle K. So I bought it, of course, so I can drink it again. So good morning. It is Thursday morning, a little before 10 a.m. It's my last day in Ho Chi Minh, which I'm kind of sad about because I really love the area. Of course, the weather definitely plays a part in that. Very much of a far cry from Gangwon-do, South Korea's weather in the middle of February. But I'm not leaving Vietnam yet. I'm flying to Da Nang, which is just up north, so Vietnam's divided into 3 parts. There's the north, central, south. So Ho Chi Minh, Saigon is in the south. So I'm going to the central part, to Da Nang, to enjoy some beach life before I go back to Korea. But yeah, I was so torn about leaving Saigon that I actually only booked my flight this morning. Really, I'd planned to leave to Da Nang on Wednesday. But then I was like, man, I can stay another day in Saigon, right? And like, you know, this morning I'm thinking the same thing. Like, I can stay another day in Saigon, right? But I actually already booked my return flight back to Korea from Da Nang Airport. So I have to go to Da Nang. That's inevitable. And I do want to enjoy some beach life and see some of that area, especially Hoi An, which is nearby Da Nang, which everyone's been telling me I should go visit. So I definitely do want to see that area. So as much as I'm enjoying Saigon, I have to leave. So before I leave, my flight is at 3:30. I'm gonna go to the airport about 90 minutes beforehand because it's a rather small airport. It's pretty nearby. So before I go, I'm just gonna like purchase a few souvenirs. I tried doing some bank runs this morning. That didn't work out to withdraw some money. But that's fine. I'll probably figure that out when I get to Da Nang. So yeah, I'm just gonna buy some more souvenirs for, like, you know, people at my school, parents, some of my former professors, mail those out to them. So just gonna go to the market to do that, check out my hotel, and then head to the airport. I wanted to drive one of these myself. That ain't happening on these streets.